It is Tuesday, July 10th, 2018. Thank you guys for tuning into the channel. For those of you that are loyal subscribers, been riding with me a while, welcome back. And for those of you that are new, maybe this is your first time watching, please consider subscribing and joining us here in the Clean Mobile Tech community. Today's focus topic is going to be pretty much just T-Mobile. I'm going to cover some information about their spectrum repacking in New York City. Then I'm going to get into some secondary news, which discusses T-Mobile's new offerings for their device protection plans. So I'm going to go ahead and start first with the new spectrum repack, which is occurring in New York City. So T-Mobile has actually completed, and actually very quickly, the spectrum repack in New York City, which is being dubbed Extended Range LTE Rollout. I think this is an umbrella term that just describes pretty much what T-Mobile is doing nationwide with the 600 megahertz spectrum. So this is in cooperation with CBS affiliate WLNY-TV in New York City. These are, TV networks that are going to be moving to different frequencies, and they're going to be losing those current frequencies to T-Mobile for their purchase from last year's purchase of the spectrum. So the spectrum was purchased in 2017. I think the total bill cost was $8 billion. This is of the 600 megahertz variety, which T-Mobile is deploying at a pretty random rate. The repacking is way ahead of schedule. I believe it was set to be completed in August of 2019. So this is, pretty much a year ahead, about 13 months ahead. It is fully completed. It's done. It will be available in parts of Long Island, Brooklyn, and Queens. So in those particular boroughs of New York City, this greatly expands T-Mobile's LTE coverage and capacity, and definitely prepares T-Mobile for, their fifth generation networks in the New York City area. And pretty much it's going to be 5G ready at the time of deployment in the beginning of next year. So this 600 megahertz low frequency spectrum offers, excellent distance, geographical distance and coverage. It improves building penetration, which, T-Mobile sorely needs. Gives them, great penetration in building, something they've struggled with for a long time. What this is really going to do is this is going to give T-Mobile better coverage in the New York City areas starting in January of 2019. And it's not just CBS that they've been working with. T-Mobile's working with Fox, NBC, and other news stations that are, giving up this frequency spectrum where they'll be using, a different set of spectrum, and T-Mobile gets this one. So it's not just in New York City, it's also in other areas, nationally, so places like Dallas and Fort Worth and so on. So this is going to help T-Mobile greatly. It's good to see that it's happening fast. I know it's been T-Mobile's focus, outside of the merger. This has been going on. It's been a campaign for about the last year or so. So it's good to see that things are developing there for T-Mobile. Now, in terms of secondary news, T-Mobile's offering some new device protection plans and services. So it's highlighted here. You guys can see it on the screenshot there. These new device protection services, I think this is called Protection 360, and it's going to be available starting in August. I believe the set date for it is August 26, 2018. So these insurance options and coverages have 5 basic tiers. The monthly charges go as follow. For Tier 1, it'll be at $7, Tier 2 at $9, Tier 3 at $12, 4 is $14, and Tier 5, their premium is $15 per month. So the monthly charges are there. You guys can see it there if you want to pause the video and look and see what you got going on. Some of the features that are included in all plans include mechanical failures. So it doesn't matter if you're Tier 1 or Tier 5, that's all covered. Accidental damages have variation in their pricing. So, obviously Tier 1 is at $10 for accidental damage. I'm guessing these are like entry-level devices. And then your Tier 5 accidental damage is at $99. So Tier 3, 4, and 5, all 3 of them are at $99. So I'm guessing those are more your premium options, expensive retail phones. Now, AppleCare is also included in these tiers. I think the iPads are $49, Apple Watches are $69, and screen repairs, I think, are $29. All of those options start at Tier 3 and are also compatible with Tier 4 and 5. So I think all Apple devices have to be covered with at least Tier 3 up to Tier 5. So I think that's important to note. And then theft is covered. Tier 1's at $10, Tier 2 at $49, Tier 3 at $99, Tier 4 at $149, and Tier 5 at $249. Now, all the tiers are based on retail pricing of said devices. So I'm guessing, if you've got a device that's a $950 phone or $1,000, like the iPhone 10, you're going to have to be on Tier 5 for this. And then probably like Tier 3 and 4, those are more like your iPhone 8s and your iPhone 8 Pluses and stuff like that. So if you're interested in these coverages, you're going to have to wait until August till they become available towards the end of the month. But, it's good to see that you have these options. So if you don't need, coverage that is very, very premium for a more of a mid-range or a budget device, this does give you some options to save some dollars, but still have coverage. So let me know your thoughts and opinions on the T-Mobile extended range LTE rollout, and if you're interested in this particular coverage, if you like it or if you dislike it, drop me a line in the comment section below. Just a quick shout out to the Patreon page. If you guys are interested in visiting there is a free video that is up that covers a very important topic that a lot of you have been asking me about, as it relates to Boost Mobile and other prepaid carriers and MVNOs in the Sprint and T-Mobile merger. So you don't have to actually join Patreon or pay for Patreon. It is public. I'm going to make the next week or two's videos that are on Patreon free and available to the public, so you guys can see what I'm offering there. But definitely consider joining and contributing and becoming a patron there to the Sneed Mobile Tech Patreon page. Link in the description below. Also, if you'd like to make a PayPal donation, your generosity is greatly appreciated. Link in the description below as well. So that's it for this one, guys. Thank you for tuning into the channel. Appreciate it greatly. This is Sneed from Sneed Mobile Tech, and I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.